Well, hello, y'all. Welcome or welcome back to another episode of Unearthing Treasure. I'm Amani Noel. If you're new here, welcome or welcome back, y'all. I'm so happy to be on another episode today. And so let's jump right into the topic for today. I want to talk about waiting on God, being patient, waiting on God's timing, and waiting on God's best. Just waiting, just being patient. And it's not easy, y'all. It's not easy to wait. It's not easy to be patient because we definitely live in a society nowadays to where we have a lot of things at our fingertips. We have a lot of services and things that can get done really easily and quickly, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help with being patient when we live in a microwave society with social media and technology. It's come a long way. And so it does not help when it comes to us being more patient and waiting. Because one thing about God, He will make you wait. He will test your patience. I believe ultimately patience is our strength, y'all. Being able to be patient through it all, through whatever, and just trusting and waiting on God, like that's when you know, like you're truly content and you're just okay with being where you're at in life right now, wherever you're at in life right now, and just knowing that whatever is going to happen when it's meant to happen. And I think that's where we should all be, just in a place of being patient and content and waiting on God's best, waiting on God's perfect timing, and just trusting His plan. And so, yeah, y'all, even in my own life, I've had to wait, and I'm still waiting on some things to come to pass for me. But I've had to exercise patience and waiting and being content no matter what, because God doesn't operate on our timeline. He's got His own timeline and when certain things are going to play out in your life. And we just have to release control in that way. I had to release control and what I thought was best for me, and when I thought I was ready for certain things, and just trust God's plan. Waiting on God when it comes to relationships, romantic relationships, career wise, waiting on God for certain resources, all these things. And like I said, it's not easy, but waiting on God is the best decision because God knows what He's doing. God knows what He has for you and what's going to be best for you and your personality and the way He created you to be. God knows you better than you know you. And sometimes I even have to remind myself, like, okay, Amani, you don't know more than your creator. If God tells you to wait, or hey, no, that's not the right decision, trust that. Trust God. Trust His guidance. So I was kind of hard headed in the past and just kind of wanted to do things my own way. And I had to learn that, hey, that's not the best option for you. You need to listen. You need to seek wise counsel. You need to submit yourself to God, to a higher power. Living in a fast paced society and just living in a time in life to where social media is really prevalent and we can see many different people and their lives and have an inside scoop and see other people's successes and what they're doing, it can really like take a toll on our mental if we're not careful, because a lot of times we're just seeing people's highlights, especially on Instagram. People post like, oh, they've gotten married or they're having a baby or just bought a new house. And that can even be discouraging when you're not at that point yet. And so living in this world today, it can be a lot. It can be overwhelming. And you can feel like you need to just have everything now. And it's not a good place to be, honestly, because again, like I said earlier, that's just not how life is a lot of times. Life is a journey. Life is not a sprint to see who can get to their destination the fastest. Mm-mm. We all have our own lives. We all have our own journeys, our own stories. God has unique plans for you, for your life. and it's not going to look like everybody else's. And so there's no need to compare your life to anybody else's because your life is unique to you. I don't believe life is like a one size fits all. Like, no, mm-mm. It's really truly not when you really think about it. It's not. It's not. And so I always like to talk about just practical ways that we can do things, not just chit chat and not just talking about it, but how can we implement what we're talking about in our daily lives? That's what I'm about. I need some action behind what we're talking about. Okay, how can I do that practically? You know what I mean? And so, what does waiting on God look like? You may have some specific things that you're believing God for, waiting on God for, and that's okay. Don't lose sight of what it is that you desire, what it is that God has promised you, even. Keep it near and dear to you, but don't let these things consume you. Don't focus so much on what it is that you want in your future that you're not living in the now, that you're not living in the moment, that you're not being content in this moment, that you're not appreciating where you're at, who's around you, what you're even doing in this moment. Because life is short, y'all. It's easy, again, like I said, to always look towards the future, what you don't have, what you're waiting on. It's easy to always look towards what's up ahead and miss the moments, even the little things, the day to day things, the moments. Just be in the moment. Be in the moment. Be happy. Enjoy your life. Do some things that you like to do, as far as hobbies or certain activities. Even if you have to do some things by yourself, it's okay. And if you do have a friend group or family that you can hang out with them, enjoy them. Go on a mini vacation or travel, whatever. Just enjoy your life the way you can right now. And don't focus so much on what it is that you don't have. You can shift your focus to focus on the things that you do have, to focus on the abundance and the things that you're grateful for, not the things that you're lacking. And continue to spend time with God. Allow God to pour into you. Just continue to build your relationship with God. Don't be always eager to just receive something from God, but just build this relationship with Him. Allow the relationship to flourish and keep your focus on God. Read scriptures in the Bible, read encouraging scriptures in the Bible, good sermons, good podcasts, good music, y'all. I talk about this a lot, how you should just continue to pour into yourself in that way and allow God to pour into you, uplift you, all these things, right? And so I also believe that our posture while we're waiting on whatever matters, because you can be waiting because you have to wait, but you can still have like a stank attitude and complain and just everything like that. God sees you. God sees you when you're complaining and don't have a good attitude about the situation. Not saying that we're always going to be happy and be upbeat, but if you're constantly complaining, constantly looking at what you don't have, it's not a good state to be in for you. Be thankful and just wait on God's timing. I promise you, like, God's timing is perfect. And also wait on God's best. Don't get impatient. Don't get impatient and then make decisions out of impatience because you want something now, because you don't want to wait and you just want to get it. I just try to think of it like this, like, say you don't wait on God's best, whether it be an opportunity, a relationship, a certain job, a certain house, whatever the case may be. Say you don't wait on God's best. You just settle for something. Like, okay, you have it now, but it's not truly the best. There's going to be something within you that's still really not satisfied with that choice because you settled. Like I said earlier, God knows you. God knows what you want. God knows what you need. And so don't settle if it's not what you truly desire and what you truly believe you can have. just because that's what's in your view right now. Have a full life. Enjoy your life. Don't just not enjoy your life because you're waiting on something to happen, something specific to happen. Like I said, y'all, I'm still waiting on some things. But the things that I don't have or whoever's not in my life yet, I'm not letting that stop me from living life, from living a good life, from still enjoying myself and being content, because ultimately my joy comes from God. My peace is from God. I'm rich. I'm rich in spirit, y'all. And that's an amazing place to be. Patience is our superpower. And you can also literally pray for patience. God, help me to be patient. Help me to wait and to wait well. Help me to do what you have called me to do while I wait on whatever, you know. You can pray for patience. And hey, listen, don't be surprised if you have to like go through a real life situation that's going to test your patience. But that's how we learn a lot of times through just real life scenarios. And God knows that it's not enough to just say, okay, here's patience without you not having to learn. And so, just like on the job training, God puts us through real life scenarios to help us, to teach us. And so I do want to read some scripture, y'all. So let's read some scripture to back it up. Okay? And so let's read some scripture. Isaiah 40 verse 31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Okay, Psalm 27, verse 14. Here's another one. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Okay. And so, yeah, y'all, there are plenty of stories, even in the Bible, and just real examples of people having to wait. Abraham, Joseph, Jesus, David. Come on. Like, even just reading these stories, even going back and reading these stories really gives you some insight to how God works and just God's purposes and plans. And so these people weren't even exempt from waiting and trusting God and having faith and going through some things. And so we're no different, y'all. We're no different. God has great things planned for you. God has great things for you. And so just wait on Him. Wait on Him. Like you will not regret it. You won't. Like it'll be worth the wait. Whatever you're waiting on, it will be worth the wait. It will be worth the wait. Okay. And so I pray that you got something from this. Hopefully, this episode is longer than the other ones have been. I got to edit the video and then we'll see. I've gotten some feedback from y'all saying that y'all want longer videos, and I understand. So I'm going to try to make the videos longer or the episodes longer. But hopefully, you got something from this. I pray that this helped you. And just continue to wait on God. Be content. Live your life right now. Enjoy your life right now. And just know that God will come through at the right time. And so, yeah, y'all, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. And we'll chat. We'll chat soon in the next episode. All right.